their movie bombed at the box office because no one wants to see Mark Ruffalo anymore.
My name is Jeff.
Of course, you got the once great actor and now full-time activist buffoon Mark Ruffalo cheering on this lawfare like a clapping seal, desperate for his woke brownie points, claiming that crippling Netflix competitor is somehow a victory for the industry. Clearly, it's all just about sticking it to Trump.
This is over the top.
Now, Mark Ruffalo isn't anti-merger. He loved mergers back when he was celebrating Disney.
Mark Ruffalo is not anti-Semitic. Or at least, he doesn't think that he is. Let me tell you what happened. This week, Mark went after David Allison, and oddly also his father, Larry Allison, over the Paramount Warner Brothers merger. He called Larry, who isn't even a part of the deal at all, a classic oligarch. And then he went on this whole rant about Larry's company, Oracle, has these profoundly scary technologies that one day will be used on you. Once again, Larry Allison is not his son, and Oracle not a part of the deal at all. In response, Paramount issued a statement saying that they're troubled to see anti-Semitic tropes invoked in a business dispute. But Mark doubled down. He put out a whole statement telling us that some of his friends, his best friends, in fact, are actually Jewish. Mark, that is not a defense. Nobody has called you an anti-Semite. Paramount said that you're invoking anti-Semitic tropes, and the fact that you can't even see that, that's exactly the problem. In order to promote dangerous, age-old, and that you think that you're not anti-Semitic. It just subconsciously makes sense to you. All father and son connections, this oversized power, and just like that, poof, just like that, you're entangled in the exact same anti-Semitic tropes of the last thousands of years. And you don't even see this. It's your subconscious biases against.
If it was any other administration, other than the Trump administration, this wouldn't be happening. It'd be stopped. It's disastrous.
The acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery by Paramount is a deal that would combine two of Hollywood's biggest studios with some of America's most watched news networks under Larry and David Ellison's control.
If it was any other administration, other than the Trump administration, this wouldn't be happening. It'd be stopped. It's disastrous. And that's the way it is with every bully in the world.
Yes, this might be the end of this Hollywood actor. If you realize his focus is not really about this merger, he is just there to pass out different messages and at some point keep calling Trump's name. I've watched a series of interviews where he's doing the same thing. I don't know. Now, Paramount is reportedly in advanced discussion to establish a new headquarters and major studio operation in Austin, Texas, as David Ellison weighs in pulling the company out of California. LA Mayor Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom are not okay with this. They want this resolved. A lot of people are speaking out about this whole thing. Even Spencer Pratt is not left out. He has been there to call this out for a very long time.
Has labeled Mark Ruffalo anti-Semitic for his commentary on the Paramount Skydance Warner Brothers deal, Larry Ellison, and Oracle, and I have a lot to say about all of this. Circle back to actual Here's what Ruffalo said. Started out with the story saying LA is really struggling right now. This merger is another disaster. The film industry is just starting to heal. People are starting to return to the movies. There is hope. Another merger is moving in the wrong direction. He added commentary on a piece of video I'll show you right now from one of the most powerful women in the world, Safra Katz, who's been at Oracle since 1999. Katz is the former CEO of Oracle and the executive vice chair of their board of directors.
I was in the Curia, and I go in and I meet with everyone you'd imagine I meet with. And on my way out, I run into, 5 of my team who are all in uniform working. And to be honest with you, it's like my proudest moment. There's a few things that we did to advance the agenda military that I really can't talk about, to be honest. We have some really profoundly scary technology at Oracle, and we wanted to make sure that it was available for the effort. Let's just say that, okay?
Okay. You don't have to say anything.
Ruffalo responded, those really profoundly scary technologies will most likely be merged into one of the largest media conglomerates in the world and one day used on you. Look how she revels in what we now have come to see as a joke, which is built on an apartheid system of oppression powered by Oracle. Biggest tech companies in the world powering some of the most destructive and inhuman forces in the world. Why has Trump pushed through this illegal merger? Larry Ellison will own most of Parabros. Classic oligarch, they are crushing workers and consolidating the wealth of the world for their own power and concentrated dominance. He goes on to talk about the state attorneys that are trying to sue to block this merger. He said there will be a loss of 4,500 direct filmmaking jobs and the loss of another 10,000 ancillary jobs. Mergers like this almost always are bad for workers, consumers, and the industry they tend to dominate. It's a classic antitrust case.
It's insane. And the idea that somehow they're going to make more movies. Right now, between Paramount and Warner Brothers, they can only get 24 movies out a year separately. And that's in a very good year. Usually it's more like 14. And they're telling us that they're going to put 30 out with $78 billion in debt. And the idea that somehow they're going to put more movies out now than they have been, than those two studios did in the past decade, with less money is just goofy, Trumpy math.
Yeah.
And so we're not buying it. It's funny. I was talking to people in the business about this merger, saying, how can we let this happen? Everyone is saying, it's a done deal. It's, just lay down. Don't just go back to sleep. And I thought, well, maybe that's true.
There was one comment that drew my attention to this whole situation. Ruffalo claimed this deal would devastate the film industry. That is not the biggest threat. The real threat is California crashing taxes, endless regulations, and hostile business climate already pushing productions and companies to look elsewhere. If Paramount eventually decides it has had enough and leaves, the damage will be far worse than any single merger. Actors who claim to care about the industry should start by confronting the policies making it harder to work in California, not by recycling ugly tropes against the people trying to keep studios alive. Now, Ale Mayo Karim Bass is in support that this issue should be resolved. She does not want Paramount to leave early. Gavin Newsom, the same. Brian Seda posted this on X. Just in a statement from AG Rob Bonda, I have said before, generally for all my cases, I prefer to resolve dispute in the boardroom, not the courtroom, as I've always said. If the opposing party in a litigation want to meet in good faith to make a sincere effort to resolve the case, we will meet. And as I have further said, any potential discussions about the Paramount Warner Brothers merger will be unproductive, absent robust structural remedies on the table that address our concerns. A lot of people don't want this to happen, and someone like Mark Ruffalo is not in support of this. At the end of the day, this is going to be resolved.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor.
A documentary filmmaker.
I'm an actress. We're speaking up about the danger of a potential Warner Brothers Discovery Paramount merger.
In my career, I've seen firsthand what happens in countries where media power consolidates in the hands of the few.
There will be less creative content, less voices being heard.
Fewer jobs, higher costs, and less choices for our beloved audiences.
And further consolidate in all.
I believe you've seen this was a coalition. This guy, Mark Ruffalo, was struggling to actually form some actors, to go against this merger. It did not start today. Since that issue came out, this is what has been going on social media. Some went behind indoors. They are not talking about it, but Mark Ruffalo did not stop.
Their best work. Companies merge.
Right here.
Theaters will lose their negotiating power.
Not the dumbest.
They'll have to pay more to get the merged companies' movies on their screens. They'll have fewer discounts to offer. They'll have fewer new releases to show. No kings.
Never go for retard.
What's next for these clowns in Sacramento? What industry titans are Newsom and Bonta going to block from collaborating next? Paramount.
Yes, Paramount is reportedly in advanced discussion to establish a new headquarters and major studios operation in Austin, Texas, as David Ellison were pulling the company out of LA. I'm going to end here. Please check if you are subscribed to this channel because a lot of people are complaining like they have been unsolved. And please hit the video.
Sonny from The View. I am so sick of you and Whoopi.
Don't do it. We will be okay if you.
Diversity for diversity's sake being crammed down our throats.
The Hunger Games or the president's cognitive exam.
And getting to work with someone.
Like, did you guys get sick? I was literally watching, like, I'm on this boat with.
Real. That's how Chris loves to work. It's, I had a group of guys,
Is cool. And of that UFC.
Exactly what's happening.
It was on here in the Golden State.
In 39 days, we will know.
Fun of people.
And so this is my life.
You're talking about qualification.
Odysseus,
Telemachus.
Penelope.
Antinous, Odysseus,
Telemachus.
This clip of Elliot Page is going to be what tanks the Odyssey movie. It's supposed to be a warrior, right? A warrior, a big, strong warrior. Look how Elliot Page is running.
One thing I feel really.
Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. God bless you.